Bruh.
What is up, elemental people? Dean here. That's how I used to start my other videos, with all my vinyl stuff. But anyways, I digress. I tend to ramble on. This video is going to be about the common issue with the God-created, beautiful, infamous, amazing, incredible, powerful, wonderful, amazing. Did I say amazing? Fantastical, magical car that is the Honda Element. Yeah. Now, if you know about the Element, you're probably highly addicted to them, like some people, this guy included. And if you don't know about them, you should, because they are an incredible car, as I might have mentioned earlier in the video when I was trying to describe them. But anyways, there's one issue with the Honda Element now that they have lived their life, their creative life, I guess. So they were around from 03 to 2011, right? This is an 05. It's a 05 Rally Red, all-wheel drive, MT, so manual transmission. I did the 6-speed swap into it, which is, I can do a whole nother video about that, but it's got 6 gears in it, the 6 gears out of an RSX. That's here nor there. This video is about a very common problem. Once this fucking plane gets out of here. There we go, live by the airport. This video is about a very common problem with the Honda Elements, and it's a problem that really needs to be addressed now that they're becoming older vehicles. The rear trailing arm on an Element, actually I have one, let me grab one. So this is a rear trailing arm for an Element. This specifically is the right rear. So, passenger rear. These mounting locations, so this would be the front of the trailing arm, kind of does some side to side movement on this bushing. This is where your rear shock mounts. This is where your part of the trailing arm that actually connects. There's a attachment here that will be your rear spot, so it triangulates these. This is where your hub and knuckle connect, rear knuckle, and then your hub and rotor and all that fun stuff. But where this mounts to the rear, to the rear of the Elements, they are rusting. And when I say rusting, I mean rusting. Insert nasty rust picture here. But I know there are hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of ones out there on the road that need to have this location of the car checked, number one. Number two, they need to think about prevention for future issues, which I will show you here in a little bit. Number three just sucks because it takes them off the road. These are a unibody vehicle, which means that the frame is part of the actual body of the car, unibody. So when one of the mounts rust away, a lot of people and insurance companies especially, or states where you get vehicle inspections, will take them off the road. Actually, up in Canada, there was a recall. In the United States here, there is not a recall yet. I don't know that there will be. I don't know. We'll see. The recall in Canada, they would buy back the car from you or fix it. And their fix actually is a preventative measure. There's a bracket. You would go to an inspection site. I don't know. I'm not Canadian, but I'm sure someone that is Canadian can make a comment on how this whole process worked. Brothers to the north, brothers and sisters, or peoples. I don't know. You have to be politically correct these days, right? I don't know. In Canada, there was a recall on the rear trailing arm. So they put this bracket basically that connects up into the body. It's kind of a J-shaped bracket, but it would connect up into the floor and then wrap around and saddle the lower part of where the trailing arm tab is. Because right now there's just a bolt that goes up here to a mount. There's two mounts, which I will show you in detail. The front mount is notorious for rusting out. And when I say rusting out, I mean getting shot, like the trailing arm can pull out. It's bad. But what the Canadian bracket did is it would come down and sandwich this and give it another location to kind of hold this mount from falling out of the stock factory mount. I am by no means a mechanical engineer. My brother is, and I've only played one on TV. Anyways, back to it. Canada had a recall. The United States does not have a recall yet. There probably will never be. But this is a serious concern that needs to be checked by any with an element. Now, a lot of people that I know that are element owners, because I am one, are fanatical about them. We're actually, this is the gods, as I described earlier, flashback. This is the best friggin' vehicle ever created.
Here it comes. Almost there.
Unfortunately, it didn't sell well. But fortunately, it did get created and hit the roads, and I am the proud owner of one that f***ing sits here for too goddamn long, right? Because I have, these little humans that I've created in my life now, and, life and business, and I'm gonna take a drink of that. I've owned my element for 8 years. Got it day after Christmas out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the Korean ghetto from a Russian dealership where nobody spoke proper English. I don't know. The whole thing was kind of bizarre, but I wanted either black or red, and it had to be a manual, and it had to be all-wheel drive. I got this sweet baby right here. That wasn't weird at all, was it? Back to what the f are we talking about here? Back to what I originally started this. There is an issue with the elements that needs to be addressed, and we're going to address it now. Let me show you why my car has been sitting here for going on, 2 years, which is embarrassing to say, but it's not the first time it's sat. Well, it's the first time it's sat technically that long, but it's sat when I did the other side, the driver's side, and the driver's side does seem to go first. But when I said that the driver's side, it was over my brother's garage because I didn't have this sweet new house with a 3-car garage that the third bay is literally all of my shit, my 4-wheeler and tractor and kids' toys, and yeah, I need a shed. I'd like to get a lift in here sometime too. Did I mention that I have probably undiagnosed ADD? Oh, nasty muscular skeletal issues. And it involves 4-wheeler and something that you can't see, but a really gnarly 4-wheeler wreck. And I kept the frame and I mounted it on the wall, just out of frame right here. So if you watch this video and you see this part, and that story interests you at all, let me know. Leave a comment, right? That's what we do here. We engage each other. I need those scribes, man. I need those subscribes. I gotta do it for the vid. Back to it. The trailing arm. It's an issue. Trailing arm's a little dirty, and I got some schmutz. A little bit of schmutz right up there. See the schmutz right there? And you're trying to unschmutz it. These are man hands, baby. If your man's hands don't look like these, what the f*** are you doing with your life? Did you ever see those memes? Well, they're out there. Look for them. They're kind of funny. Who is going to watch this? Nobody. There's going to be a sweet fucking thumbnail with a tagline that just draws you in, and the fact that I'm talking about Honda Element is really going to get you. It's going to hook you. You're going to be hooked like Captain Hook. Back to it. I got to drag a bunch of shit away. So there's stuff that I'm working on, the kids' Power Wheels. I'm actually doing an oil change on my car right now. And I've been wanting to shoot this video for about a year. So tonight was the night. Maybe I can get, with this video, I can finally get 1,000 subscribers. Then I can monetize my shit and be raking in the big bucks, baby. Build the best friggin' element you've ever seen. No, that's my goal, but we shall see how that works out. So let me move some of this crap out of the way, and show you what I got going on with this, and then talking about the issue and what I think causes the issue, or what should have been engineered properly to begin with. So, welcome to one of the many pains in my this nasty piece of... Look at this. Look at this damn rust spot. Oh my God. That's Ohio for you, right? So my plan to cut this out and patch it with, you know, clean metal might seem a little crazy to some, but we did it on the other side. My brother helped me, or I should say I helped my brother, vice versa. It's doable. It's, you know, just I gotta find friggin' time to do it, which is the worst part. But for this side, I ended up going to the scrapyard, cutting this bitch out. So this, as if you can tell, is, jeez. This is this part of the car. Boop, boop, right there. Now this one, as you can see, for all the areas that I need, very clean metal. Got the whole structural side. I went a little crazy cutting it out up here, but I don't need to get into that part. I just need the outside and the inside. This piece came out of a 2004 out of a junkyard, a local junkyard. But luckily the metal is clean enough. It's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than what I'm dealing with. But all this back section right here is all this on mine is what's gone underneath here. This is that plate we were talking about, the front rear mounting location. This is what goes bad, this little hump right here. And I'll show you here why it rots and causes all these issues. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's some raw metal, baby. Ooh, it's chunky. It's rusty. It's grimy. Oh, it's tetanusy. Look at it. Yowzers. This rust is starting. You can see here's the passenger side door. So I'm just above the front of the door handle, I believe. Down. It starts there, it gets a little bad, then it gets worse. And here, ugh, nasty. There's a good angle for you. So, yeah, I mean, it's rocker guard rust, right? You know, that shit happens. The weep holes that are in here, the factory weep holes, they fill up with shit. They don't allow proper drainage. So these are the factory weep holes, they just collect rust. And then all the water just sits in there and starts rotting all this shit out. This part right here is what we're talking about. These are the rear trailing arm mounts. Here's your front rear mount location. Your rear.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Rear trailing mount location. Your car will not have these on. I have a 3-inch lift, and this is a subframe dropping spacer from HRG Engineering. You want to check out this trailing arm mount. This one has a little bit of surface rust on it. But what happens, this mounting plate is a hump. So if you cut all of this off, if you took this hump off here, this would be another bracket that bridges the gap where this hump mounts to as well. But what happens is these seep holes are kind of in a bad spot. I mean, it's nice to have them there, but they also let quite a bit of moisture and water in. And unfortunately, how this bolt works is there's obviously a nut riveted on the inside of this mount to, you know, tighten this, and the water just collects around there and rots this whole piece out. Obviously, all of this is enclosed, or enclosed enough. It's not supposed to be exposed to the elements, but you can actually see the surface rust for metal that's actually relatively clean, especially here at the seam weld all the way. That's your rear jack mounting location. But even all this flat surface, you can already see the surface rust on the flat areas. So moisture, condensation, etc., gets in here and just sits here. This is a lowered area, and then they did put a drain hole there, but the drain hole is so far away, and if you're not sitting on a completely level surface, it's just going to sit here. The moisture and water will sit here, and eventually it's going to find the weak point. So that hole itself will rot away, and then everything where the bolt is will rot away as well, and then the whole mount right here fails, and yeah, it's no bueno. The reason why I think it rots out so quickly is because it's pretty thin metal. If they would have made these mounts slightly thicker, the cars would last a whole hell of a lot longer, or this issue wouldn't have to be addressed as quickly. I mean, given this is a 2005 and it is 2022, almost 2023, so I mean, it has lived quite a long life, but you know, Hondas will run if you take care of them. And I mean, this one's got 275,000 on it, but I plan on putting, you know, as many miles as humanly possible, and then I'll engine swap it. So the frame's got to last around all of that. The rocker wasn't as bad on the driver's side. The mount actually pulled out. If this fails, it's obviously a mounting location. This one is not going to take the brunt of everything. It can just rip this whole trailing arm out. And then your SOL. So what I'm going to do on this side is obviously cut out all this nasty rocker panel, take out some of this inner structure to where it's solid, and then patch it all back in there. And luckily this mount isn't bad. It's mainly just, you know, you can see some surface rust here, but this mount is actually solid. So I'm going to keep the mount, but I do need to patch everything else kind of around it. You can see the bottom of this mount. This plate would mount to the rocker. So with the rocker being gone, it's hindering the structural integrity of this mount. So it's kind of why I have it parked at the moment. I swear, I am a dirt magnet. All I did was move some parts around, and I just get, I don't know, my hands are always fucking filthy when I'm working on stuff. And then I'm always like, you know, fixing my hair because I gotta look good for nobody, and you know, touching my face and shit, and I just get dirty. So anywho, that's my little spiel about why this major issue with the Honda Elements need to be addressed. I've talked to people that have had this issue, right? I've talked to quite a few people. They found out that I fixed my driver's side, and might know that I'm working on the passenger side, or working on the passenger side. I mean, that's why a lot of YouTubers don't wear glasses. So I'll just do this with my glasses off. So there's no, holy shit, man. If you wear glasses all the time and you haven't looked at yourself without glasses for an extended amount of time, even though all this shit right now I'm looking at is really blurry, I look like a whole new man. Hey, boy.
Nice.
Whenever I do this type of shit, or I've been watching a lot of Oompaville lately. So I watch like too much YouTube. Like, I should just name drop right now, right? Because nobody's watching this shit. Heavy D, best freaking channel on YouTube, right? Ronald Finger, he says he's a full-time YouTuber, and he did that Fiero restoration. Incredible videos. His videos are hilarious, top-notch. Ronald, love you, dude. Just do more, or hire somebody, help somebody. If you're a full-time YouTuber, man, commit. Take the commitment. I do this shit for fun, and I know that nobody watches it. But I can look back when I'm old and be like, see, kiddies, look, your grandpa used to work on some stuff from time to time. He did some things. I swear he's not just blowing smoke up your ass. Oh, now go give me another beer.
Oh my God! Wow!
If that didn't cringe you out, congratulations. But Oompaville, I love that dude. I love the faces he did. He's wearing his hat though. He always got a hat on. What's up, dude? Hey, what's going on, man? George Bush it out. I don't know why I turned into George Bush there. Rather Be Welding, Fab Rats, Robbie Layton, that whole crew that works together. I started watching Fab Rats before they got into the whole Golden Nugget thing, and then Matt's Offered Recovery, you know, a little bit before they got into the Golden Nugget, and I've been kind of addicted ever since. There's a whole other side of my life that is about, you know, records. Black gold. Vinyls with an S or a Z if you're really cool. But there's a whole slew of vinyl people that I follow. Noble Records. He's YouTube. I don't know why I rambled off onto that. Undiagnosed ADD. Hopefully this video that you're not watching, you found entertaining or educational, or you want to make up a new word, edgertaining. I am the one, the way you're trying. This issue is extremely preventative. You can oil spray your cars, which I highly suggest. I doubt that I'm going to get this back on the road. It's December now. The snow and the salt's going to go down. I will be oil spraying the 2010 Pilot, and then my wife has a 2017 Acura MDX. Pretty sweet. I want that guy. But Acura, Honda, you know, I'm a Honda dude, other than my four-wheeler. Do what you can to save them. If you're looking to buy an Element, please, you know, if you crawl underneath, which you should because they are older vehicles, examine the rear trailing arms. Take a little screwdriver with you. You know, don't obviously ram it up in there. You can do it! But poke around on it. If it's soft, you know, use that to your advantage if you can get it really fucking cheap. Because you're either A, going to have to pay somebody, B, find an idiot like me that lives next door that you can bribe in beer and, you know, talks of music with to have them fix it for you, or figure out how to do it yourself, because everybody can learn some shit from YouTube. It is the education of our future, or something like that. But yeah, save the elements, keep them on the road. And this issue, you know, it's not necessarily the death of the car or your car, but it is something that is could be very dangerous. On a serious note, check for rust. If you find it, try to get them fixed. It's totally fixable. Again, go back and look at the pictures of me, this goofy fucking dork on YouTube is able to do it. You can do it too. Yeah, boy. Yeah. So now I'm just babbling. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's my 2005 Rally Red 6 MT 3-inch lifted Honda Element that I plan on keeping and putting more time and effort and money into. I've fallen in love with many cars in my life, but this is by far the coolest car that I've ever personally owned, or at least I think. So I plan on keeping it. Drive on down the road with a big old goofy smile on my face, with some sweet, sweet music playing. Just making the best of this pointless life we all live. Yeah. Yeah. Till next time.